What is going on, guys? This is your role model of the IWC Gamers Goon, and I gotta show off the hat a little bit. Illinois Big Ten champions. Had to put the hat on because I got it today, and I wanted to rep it off. But Takeover Night 2 of Stand and Deliver for NXT Takeover. I believe that this show is going to be the standard for what should go on this WrestleMania weekend. Night 2 did not match what night 1 did. Night 1 absolutely killed it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Night 2 just did not deliver in the same regard that night 1 did. And it's sad to say that. I don't think this show was a bad show, but it definitely was not even close. It's not even in the same atmosphere as what night 1 was for NXT Takeover, if you ask me. We started it off in the pre-show of Takeover Night 2 with Killian Dane and Drake Maverick versus Breezango. And this one, man, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even watch this match. I literally just came back towards the end of that match because I had to go get me some Panda Express over here. Still got some leftovers, but I had to go get me some food. I did not care about this match whatsoever. The winner of this match did go on, and they're going to face MSK in the future for an NXT title opportunity, and they could potentially become the next NXT Tag Team Champions. However, I did not pay attention to this match. I did not watch this match. The only thing I know about this match is the winner, and from what I've heard and what I've seen on Twitter, this match was a joke. I heard that Drake Maverick was out there wiggling his hips, trying to be Big E or something like that, and we ended up having Dane and Maverick win, and they're going to go on to face MSK. At the end of the day, do you care? Probably not, because Breezango would have been the better option, because Breezango is a legitimate team you can get behind. They're a legitimate team that they've dropped the ball with multiple times. I'm not going to invest in a Drake Maverick tag team championship potential run. I'm just not. I'm just not. Then we get into the main card, man. We started off the main card on a pretty good note. Very solid match. It was a ladder match between Santos Escobar and Jordan Devlin. Now, this was a pretty hard-hitting ladder match. There was one spot in this match where we actually had Devlin go through the ladder. That was a brutal spot there. I was kind of worried for him there for a moment, but I think he's good. But at the end of this match, man, we ended up seeing Legado del Fantasma come on out, and they helped kind of isolate Jordan Devlin, and that allowed for Santos Escobar to become the unified cruiserweight champion. And then with his celebration, man, he had his son down there with him. He gave his son the mask. They both held their championships up high. A beautiful moment. I thought at that point we were in for a good night, man. I thought we were in it for a good night at that point. Santos Escobar, I've said it many times, I think this guy could be something special in the WWE, and I don't mean special in just NXT. I think that is a guy that could legitimately become a world champion if it wasn't for the politics of Vince McMahon. I think he could have a very successful run at being possibly the Universal Champion or the WWE Champion on the main roster. Unfortunately, that's not where you want to go if you're an NXT talent, but I could definitely see that being a potential thing for him if things were booked correctly. Because that guy has all the potential in the world. I can definitely see why in a few years we might be having the same thing we have with Cesaro now, where we have a lot of people that are fans of the guy, kind of vouching for him, saying, "Hey, you got to get this guy a championship, man." Cesaro, I think we've all wanted to see him be a WWE champion for the last 4 or 5 years. This guy's been good. I think Santos Escobar could be in that category where the fans will recognize his talent. Hopefully Vince will, but I don't ever put trust in Vince. That's just not something you want to do, because that man is the only man that can trust Vince is Vince himself. I wouldn't even trust him if I was Bruce Pritchard. But Santos Escobar, he won in NXT, and he is going to continue what was a cruiserweight title run, and now he is the unified cruiserweight champion. I hopefully that stays for a little bit so that we don't have to worry about Santos Escobar getting called up to the main roster anytime soon. And I could also possibly see in another year where we could possibly see Santos Escobar drift away from the cruiserweight division and possibly contend for the NXT Championship. Is that likely right now with the result of the match here tonight and who won the NXT Championship? Is that probably a likely match? No, but I would love to see Santos Escobar go far, from where further than what he is now. Next, we got into Indy Hartwell, and we had Candice LeRae, also known as The Way. Yes, the Gargano Way, The Way, versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart for their tag team titles, their NXT tag team titles. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I legitimately drifted to sleep in this match. If you would have told me, what year was it? I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, where we had Asuka versus Ember Moon at a takeover in Brooklyn. SummerSlam weekend, I believe it was. And if you would have told me that I would be dozing off and on the verge of sleep in the middle of an Ember Moon match, I would have called you crazy. There's Ember Moon at one point was one of my favorite women's wrestlers in the entire world. And the fact that they could not keep me entertained with this match is absolutely ridiculous. Now, this match was okay for the parts that I was able to catch because my eyes got really heavy during this match. But there was just nothing in it to invest in. There was no reason for the match to be there. There was legitimately just nothing fun, nothing cool about this match. I'm sorry to say it. It just wasn't. It wasn't compelling. It just wasn't. So, with that being said, yes, we did get to see Shotzi and Ember Moon win as they should. I did not think that Indy Hartwell or Candice LeRae as a team should be winning those titles. I don't think that's a good idea. But Shotzi and Ember, they were able to pick up the win as they should have been able to pick up the win. The only concern I have with that entire thing is I'm just not a big fan of the NXT Women's Tag Team titles at this point because every time I seem to watch them, I don't care. And that's sad to say because when you get up on the main roster, it's sort of the same thing unless the Riot Squad's out there. I don't know what it is with the WWE, man, and what it is with NXT. I'm sorry, but they cannot book women's tag team wrestling. They just can't. It's just not entertaining the way they do it. And I think they could easily make it entertaining. But they had me on the verge of sleep, and that's not something you want to say on one of your biggest shows of the year. This was legitimately one of the first times I can remember that's not counting a few episodes of Raw early last year. This is the first time during a pay-per-view that I can remember since we had Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That is the last time I remember dozing off or getting heavy eyes and just falling in and out of sleep. That is the last time I remember doing that. Tonight it happened again. I don't know what needs to be changed. I don't know how you go about changing it. But they got to figure out how to make it interesting, man. They need to build a better story. I don't know how else to help you, man. I really don't. Next, we got into Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed, and at this point of the show, this was by far the best match, man. This was by far the best match. We had Johnny Gargano and Bronson Reed. They went out there and did their thing. I told you guys last night on the review that when Bronson Reed won, I expected Johnny Gargano to be able to put on a good match with this guy, and it's exactly what I expected. Johnny Gargano had sort of an uphill battle because Bronson Reed's a bigger guy to beat. But at the end of the night, as I expected, Johnny Gargano was able to pick up the victory. Shout out to Johnny Wrestling, shout out to Johnny Takeover, and shout out for Johnny because he doesn't have to deal with getting called up to Monday Night Bore, Monday Night Trash, or whatever you want to call it, man. Monday Night Clown Show. Get Braun Strowman out there, running circles. Woo! Get the clown cars. Monday Night Raw. Biggest joke of the century. Jeez. Thank God Johnny Gargano doesn't have to go on that show, man. speaking about Braun Strowman, if Johnny Gargano was to lose here and he would have been called up, I wouldn't have been surprised if Braun Strowman was the first guy to face Johnny and bury him. But that's a different story for a different day, man. That's a different story for a different day. That's probably going to be a story that we talk about on Saturday. But next we have a match that I think should have main event, but I understand why it didn't, because unsanctioned matches typically main event because they aren't held liable, so it's not part of the actual card. But yeah, Finn Balor, Karrion Kross, they put on an absolute clinic, man. This was a big, brutal match. They made Karrion Kross in this match look like the Karrion Kross of old, where this guy was dominant. This guy legitimately looked like a world champion. He kicked out of a coup de grace, and once he kicked out of the coup de grace, they went on for the match a little bit longer. So I was starting to think maybe maybe Finn Balor was still gonna win the match. But at the end of the night, man, at the end of the night, Karrion Kross did it. He picked up the win, and as I tweeted before, King and Queen, yes, King Karrion Kross and Queen Scarlett Bordeaux are back at the top of NXT where they should be. I 100% stand by that. I really do. They are two of the best, in my opinion, going on in NXT. Even before the injury with Karrion Kross, I was praising them then, and I definitely want to see what they got. I want to see a legitimate run. It really sucked that Karrion got injured, so we didn't really get to see a great run. We didn't get to see a legitimate run from him. He was a champion, but it wasn't a legitimate run. I would love to see Karrion Kross go a decent, a long way here with this, and hopefully hold it for closer to a year. I would say. The one question I have is, what do you do with Finn Balor? I don't know if this is something to be worried about with Finn, because they did bring Finn down to NXT, and then they had him win the title. My main concern is, please don't move Finn back to Raw, because it's going to end up in the same way it ended up in, what was it, like 2018, 2019? Smiley babyface Finn. We don't need that. We don't need that, Vince. Don't even think about it. Triple H reinvented this man. Finn Balor going through one of his best runs, and I'm not gonna say that it was better than his first NXT run, but he's going through a great run. He reinvented himself. He's no longer babyface, smiling, underwear model Finn Balor that's showing off his toothpaste brand and being a infatuating character for whatever audience Vince was going for. I'm sorry. That's not the Finn Balor that needs to happen. That's not the Finn Balor that we know and love. Finn Balor that we know and love is badass Finn Balor. The first Finn Balor we know and love was Demon Finn Balor, and then his other character where it was the man Finn Balor, but you always have that suspicion that Finn Balor could just turn on an instant and become something great. But now it's just badass Finn Balor. Don't move him up to Raw. I beg you, Vince. Please do not move Finn Balor up to Raw. Leave him be, man. Leave him be. Let all good things be. While you're at it, don't touch Io Shirai either. Don't touch Adam Cole either. Don't touch any of them. Let him stay. Let him stay. And that leads us off into our main event, man. Speaking about Adam Cole, we had Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned match. This match, man, oh my god. This match absolutely stole the show, stole the entire weekend so far, and that's saying something, because I praised Walter and Ciampa. This match was better than Walter and Ciampa. I'm sorry to say it, but this match was better than Walter and Ciampa. This was an absolutely brutal match. Everything about this match. Two guys beating the absolute living hell out of each other. A great backstory because of the betrayal from Adam Cole on Kyle O'Reilly. The entire story. Kyle O'Reilly being told that he's never going to be better than Adam Cole. The trash talk that Adam Cole was going through there. Kyle O'Reilly putting the chains on his legs during this match and using it to attack Adam Cole. Adam Cole, he ended up knocking out the ref at one point in this match, which costed him a victory. But this match, man, was all over the place in a good way. It was amazing. O'Reilly was able to stop the Panama Sunrise, and then after he missed, or after he got out of that, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly hit Adam Cole's finisher, the last shot. And I thought, there it is. He beat Adam Cole with his own move. And Adam Cole kicked out. Adam Cole kicked out, which I wasn't expecting. Then we had Cole, he hit O'Reilly with the chair, and then he placed him toward he placed them over on the ropes. He set a chair down, and the chair was like kind of like it was set up so that the chair was open, but it was facing down, so the bottom parts of the chair, the legs of the chair were sticking up, and it looked like he was gonna go for a suplex or a Panama City Sunrise, from the ropes onto O'Reilly onto the chair. That did not happen. We had Kyle O'Reilly get a low blow off on Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly then, because Adam Cole fell towards the chair, he wrapped the chain that I was mentioned earlier around his knee, and then he hit a knee drop from the top rope onto that chair with Adam Cole's neck sitting on it. 1, 2, 3. Kyle O'Reilly wins, and Kyle O'Reilly watched as the EMTs came down and took Adam Cole out on a stretcher. I don't know who booked that match. I don't know if that is a Triple H production. I don't know if it's a Shawn Michaels production. I don't know who produced that. But whoever that is deserves a raise. Whomever produced what was the main event of NXT Takeover Night 2 deserves a raise. They deserve full creative power over everything Monday nights, everything on Friday nights, without question. Vince cannot question. Because whomever wrote that match, they stole the weekend. This show as a whole was not better than night 2 or night 1. But this match on its own was better than any single match of the entire week so far. That match is going to be the standard for what's going to need to happen at WrestleMania. You want to top NXT at WrestleMania, Vince? You're going to have to top what Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly did in the main event of TakeOver Night 2. And if you want to top the show as a general thing, you're going to have to top what NXT did on night 1. But you know what? Vince, I will count it as a win if you put on a better match than what Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly did. I will count it as a win. I will count it as a victory for Vince McMahon if they can outdo what Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly did. I will count it as a victory for him. Hopefully they can put on a better show than what night 1 was, because night 1 was an amazing show, and that means we have another amazing show on the way this weekend if they are able to top it. Do I expect them to be able to top what NXT did? Absolutely not. NXT, once again, the motto for this NXT was stand and deliver, and they had the entire crowd standing on their feet most of the weekend, man, and they had delivered. They delivered. Not so much on night 2. It was still a good show, but they delivered. NXT TakeOver as a whole was a good production. Night 1, in my opinion, was the better show. Just up and down, everything on that match was compelling. Or on that night was compelling. Not so much tonight. There were some good matches tonight. There was a great match tonight. However, in the middle there, they kind of wavered. They kind of wavered for a moment. That's not a good sign. But I'm going to get on out of here, man. I'm going to get on out of here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Hopefully you enjoyed night 1. Hopefully you enjoyed night 2. Let me know down below what you guys thought of what NXT was. Hopefully you guys don't have any issues with Peacock, man, because I do know a couple of my buddies in the IWC, my boy Indigo, my man Joseph Conlon. I know Kevin had some issues with it. I've had some issues with Peacock. Hopefully you guys have not had many of those issues, but WWE, you got to fix that shit before this Saturday. And I'm going to leave it there, man. You know where to find me on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitter, it is GamersGoonYT. On Instagram, it is thegoongameryt. And I actually did post a picture today on Instagram for the first time. Actually, I'm not even saying that. I've posted 2 pictures this week, so I can't even say that. But I am on Instagram this week. Gonna be on that a little bit during the Mania season. But make sure you guys come back to the channel for all the Mania stuff. Tomorrow, I do not know yet, and you're gonna have to go over to the Twitter for this one because I honestly do not know. if I have news tomorrow, I will be having a video tomorrow. However, tomorrow is a busy day for me. I have a lot of schoolwork and I have 3 classes tomorrow. I cannot guarantee that there will be a video tomorrow. I am going to try to get one out if there is something important. If not, I will let you know on Twitter that I will not be able to get one out for you guys. So definitely make sure you look over on Twitter for that. But then Saturday, Sunday, man, you already know that we are going to be all over WrestleMania 37, and it should be a good weekend for us all here in the IWC, and I expect it to be some good numbers here this weekend. So hopefully you guys like this video. Comment on this video what you thought about NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver night 1 and night 2. You can comment both, or you can just comment night 2 if you wish. And definitely let me know down below what your favorite match was of NXT Takeover. Also, make sure you subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys later this weekend for what is still a very long weekend ahead of us with WrestleMania.